Welcome to Rosekill SRA Terminal, and it's a small world with automobiles with terrifying driving experience, more terrible than ever, and except there must be realistic train physics like anywhere for somewhere else. And right now we're gonna be trying to spawn a train and we try to find here. So first thing, it was a cleared sky and the cars are look small, and but first thing, we are small as a little bit for very much as well. But unfortunately there aren't trains to find the trains to spawn as well. As you can see right there, get top 25 donators because that was probably illegal. I like this thing for many more reasons. So before we're gonna be finding anything where it does, this is nowhere to be found, and I cannot believe there aren't train spawners anywhere of this thing, because I just probably seeing this in my little bit of one time before I might gonna be finding for a little bit of else. We have the controller, because that does not enable us the controller as well, and the DCC consist allows it. Wait, I thought it was a spawner over here, because there aren't any spawners, but you can do for its free camera over here all the way up into the side as well. So we didn't absolutely find or never be able to saw around of this rail yard or some sort of train spotters isn't really that found here before it's gonna be overcast and it dangerously rains all over for many more of these things. So this is the locomotive spawner. I don't really think that isn't it for many more of those things. So what about the train spawner? It's not from over here. I'll be driving not all the way for this time as well. So in my case, there must be a full map, but probably I wouldn't be able to make it anytime soon, because sometimes it was blocked anywhere by some sort of rivers and many more obstacle course around for many more reasons. It's gonna be a lot of hard time, or it will much be for some sort of, it's completely impossible to find out. And I was pretty dumb but really scared to find a little bit for locomotives to spawn, because this is actually the bad news, I guess. First off, I'm on top of the container, because second, like this thing that I just gonna be started to drive around of this cars, because some cars are used for the Chrysler Town and Country. The F-150s are probably over here around there, and some kind of Peterbilt trucks around there, tow trucks like these. There aren't tow trucks anyways as well, so we're gonna be probably trying to drive for its really first time, and it's see what it does. It sounds like pretty loud, because I guess that I just put my volume into 3. Let's go on sequential, but probably the driving experience is way more wobbly than ever, and it feels it's not pretty that safe very much. So as we can drive all over to do this, maybe I should be able to spawn a locomotive, because I'm unable to do this, by the way. So I have to turn off the engine, and let's just jump out and we see what it does. So we have any kinds of game passes, and probably we're going to be started around the locomotives, starting with the Amtrak, BNSF. Wait, we're going to be started without further ado. Let's go for the BNSF ES44DC. So right here it is. I might actually try to turn on the engine from itself. So we will try to ride over here, and I cannot be able to just jump all over to do this. And I'm probably trying to making sure this is where we can start the engines, and probably we're gonna be turning on all the way. So the engine is gonna be rolling start. We're gonna be sitting into the control. Once you're inside of the control, you are actually inside of the locomotive's control tabs as well. But in fact, the DCC controller has been enabled. Let's go for forward to just turn it on. First off, we're just gonna be releasing the brakes. So, looks like the engine is absolutely started to run. Okay, the engine is running. Let's turn on the lights, rear lights, and the floodlights as well. I'm probably sure the throttle isn't going to be going anywhere, but it looks like it's absolutely going to be trying to continue to go. But looks like it does not going to be forward all the way as well. Here we go. It started to get a little bit slowing for just, I guess. It will be taking for about 2 minutes before it started to run. Now let's go for the reverser. And it's still not absolutely going forward. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh no! Brake! Oh dear, this is not gonna be pretty good as well. Looks like the train is in the forward. And I guess the train is moving a little bit forward as well. I really think the train isn't like that safe. And then we might able to delete the train. Just in case we have for the emergency. And we just absolutely gonna be trying to give ourselves a reverse. Let go of the brakes. Yes, but probably looks like for a realistic trains around here. So I absolutely having for a full brake because I'm just gonna be getting up. After you jump out of the train, the DCC control has been disabled. So we're gonna be trying to do for an H2 or H3. So instead of kind of the trains like that, whatever we're gonna be spawning for another ES44DC. So the H2 could be the C449W. I ridiculously tried to spawn like this because not is one sudden that I will be eventually deleting this. If it's absolutely the same as a train, I'm gonna be going for an H3 alongside. Oh dear, I just probably didn't absolutely try to spawn as well. So if I'm gonna be trying to delete this train, maybe is actually on top, or maybe this isn't gonna be probably to do this. Maybe should I delete the train? Sadly, there aren't any kinds of delete buttons around the locomotives everywhere, because that was actually pretty got to be worse. You gotta be kidding me for just about right now. So I'm gonna be turning on another engine from another one, so it does actually works for one thing. So let's go for the DCC controller. The train number will be 7688. The first thing is actually going to be trying to do this, and it's followed by another locomotive from itself. So we're going to be complete around rolling, and let's go find a rolling stock. And probably there's nothing that a single rolling stock wasn't actually trying to do this, because we're gonna be moving a little bit forward, and let's just go find some consist anything. So the throttle is absolutely R and T. The T is for throttle, R is gonna be going for reverse, brake is for F and G. And the direction, we're gonna be pressing the letter X. Oh! This is the reverser direction as well. And I'm probably sure. G. I'm probably setting for the emergency brakes. And we're gonna be trying to get them up. And let's grab onto the route. So, E is where you can switch tracks. And probably it's time to make the longer trains that we ever tried to do this as well. But once, it will be taking a lot of minutes, and it could be taking for some time as well. So we could not able to try to do this, and we're not going to be doing for explaining about here, because we're going to be waiting in about for many couple of minutes to do so, because I'm actually spawning for a freight consist by any time for just really try to do this as well. So instead of locomotives that we got a lot of the locomotives such as Union Pacific, Norfolk Southern, CSX and BNSF and CP Rail, Canadian National Railways, whatever we try to do this, because that concludes Amtrak locomotives array for itself. And now there must be a rolling stock that actually spawns from over here. So we're gonna be trying to spawn for many more of these things. We have to spawn one of their cars. If I just completely spawn for multiple times, that completely actually ruins itself, because it will be taking a lot of minutes to load it out before it rains. It was just a long story. It will be took for so many minutes and even hours. We just absolutely tried to spawn any more of those moments to do this as well. So I decided that we're gonna be finding some other kinds of consist, anything, but not all the way for just one time from everything it goes. So let's get headed on and move it forward. So it's time to give ourselves on our way. We're gonna be seeing information. The train totals, the car count is 5, but looks like the tons length 292 feet, 685, 12.12. I'm gonna be probably to do for the effect 1 or 2. But it looks like I'm probably might able to do this. And then we got another problem. If I actually try to get up, wait a second, we're exactly continue to go, but there's another problem. That must be another thing is what it sells. It was actually for probably to do what I actually tried to switch from their selves. So we switch into another track, and it's not going to be complete and ready to go. So we're going to be switching another track, which means it leads into the safe distance path. When the dispatch is not in mobile, I'm probably not sure. We're going to be trying to do this as well. So I'll be taking another few minutes, and it's going to be a pretty long time.